Are you there, Ryan? No, maybe he's just gone to drink. We've got a minute here, so we'll get started shortly.
Yeah, we got a minute to go. I can see Ryan in. We can't hear you. I can see your mic unmuted, but maybe try to change the input or something, Ryan.
Yeah, are you there, Ryan? Might just be having a few technical difficulties. We're just waiting for Ryan to.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now, Ryan.
Sorry about that. I went into
That's fine.
right, right there. Yeah, sorry about that.
No problem, Ryan. Right, if you're ready, I can start the recording.
Yep, ready when you are.
Welcome to Welcome Talk. I'm Klaus. Today we have joining us AltDapps. Speaking for the AltDapps project is Ryan here today. So yeah, I'm going to pass it over to Ryan. He can maybe give us an introduction with his background and experience, and then tell us all about the utility and the project AltDapps.
Okay, yeah, no worries. So I've kind of made some notes here and I've split it up. So I'll just start with basically our project, kind of being quite blunt about it. Okay, so we're known for our app in Play Store, which has 28,000 downloads, available for 2 years. But recently we added a pro version. Okay, so you can download the app, no permissions, no adverts, and it's free unless you want to buy the pro version. But it's a great tool just for free. So basically, what our plans are, so we've got Alt Notify, and we currently run 3 bots. One of them is not live yet, but it's basically a Telegram chat bot, like you may have seen in other channels. We have a price update bot which tells our channel the price of BNB. It is every so hours, but that's so basically I won't go on to that just yet. But so basically the aim is for our Android app, which we're known, that's what we're known for, if you like, and we created that well before we even considered a token. So we are remaking that in iOS, but we're actually not remaking it in iOS. It's a native app, so we're remaking it in Flutter, because that enables us to then publish to iOS and Android in one code set, which, without being technical, makes our life a lot easier, and it's kind of the path we're choosing now. So so we all notify, and it's like I shouldn't unlock, and that's what really you want to be looking at, and we're going to integrate token with, but I'll just go on to that. But so what I've noticed in this sort of Discord / Telegram, Telegram spaces, the mass of bots, and some of them how useful they are, such as Rosebot, Combat Bot, all these bots that we use. And since I've recently getting really into Python. Okay, I'll go into a team really quickly in a minute, but personally, I've been getting into Python and kind of hooking up to the Telegram API and Discord API and endpoints and stuff. Ultimately, we've got 3 bots at the moment in Telegram. One of them isn't really, like I said, but that's a bit more complex. That's a chat bot. So you do /chat, BNB in it, and it's going to it does currently bring up a chat, but we're going to have signal coming in from TradingView within Telegram, and you can then sort of trade, set notifications when a token maybe hits, whatever your sort of thing is. And we can, as a community as well, we can do certain things with our bot. And we've got bots that we're building. We've got so many bots. I could literally talk all night about the bots we're going to build. but we've got a treasury bot which buys back our token. There's a lot more detail about that, but that I won't go in. But it's essentially to reward people, really, to buy back on the bad days. Let's face it, we all have red days, right? So we want to be. It's a treasury bot. Let's grab all the tokens we can while they're cheap and take them out of circulation. Now we've got pre-sale bot. That's not for us. That's for other people who might be running a pre-sale, because we found it when we were running pre-sale, there was nothing really that good that we could use that let people know when people contributed and how to do it. Just really a pre-sale bot, like for anyone who does a pre-sale. And also another one is an anti-scam / fudder bot. So if somebody tries to scam in the Telegram channel, which unfortunately has happened in our Telegram channel and does happen, it will kind of add them to a database, and it'll do things. So it'll depending on how we do it, it may mass message them and stuff like that. It'll generally close that Telegram account and stop them from being able to use it, using various APIs and stuff. But that's a bit out there, and that's something we've only recently come up with. Our website, like, this is massive, and I'm really going through this so quickly. But I should do, really, because I need to get it all in there. I don't want to kind of underlook things, but our website, unfortunately, we've got altnotify.com if you want to kind of see a light website, but we're building a website, AltDapps.com, which unfortunately is not live, and we're all working like the clappers on it. We're really trying to get it done, and it's going to be an ever-growing website. So it's not like, oh, we're going to have it done next week. Yay, that's it. It's done. It's going to be growing because there's just years of work to go on it. And that's what we want, right? That's what I want. So just going over our website, what is it? Our web portal. If you like, it's an interactive kind of dashboard, but it's got lots of pages within it. We've got Alt Notify web functionality. I've completely forgot to tell you what Alt Notify actually does. So Alt Notify will alert your phone when any token hits any exchange, and before on some exchanges. So it'll say, hey, it'll, on your notification tray, it'll pop up and say, hey, X coin is being listed to Binance or one of the 60 plus exchanges we scan. It's not us putting in the data; it's coming from a complex API, then into a Firebase database, then out into various things. So I won't go too techie on that, but yeah. So the website now has and it works, and I could show you it, but I'll be honest, I'm a bit embarrassed about this, but I can't wait to get the portal out. But so we've got the Alt Notify web functionality, which obviously does what the app does, but it brings us so much more possibilities for you to be able to filter by Binance listings, filter by, I just want to see a token that's being added to Binance or MEX or many of the exchanges, right? So I'll move on from that, but it is actually massive. Honeypot checker, but not just your normal contract checker, and it's going to be kind of entwined with hopefully a Telegram bot. There's going to be more info on like, okay, what other tokens have they made and what did they do? Did they rug? If they did, it's going to, it's not there to FUD, and it's not there to make you ultimately choose, but we want to it's much. Why Pancake Swap and so on let you buy honeypots, I have no idea, because they can stop that. But our honeypot checker is going to be more than a honeypot checker. You are going to need to hold DApp token to use it, which sounds a bit harsh, but it's going to be a small amount of DApp token. Right, so we've got our token upvoting system, which one of our developers is literally moving. It's live. If you wanted to see it, I'll put the URL out. So token upvoting system. However, you cannot bot it. You can't bot our token upvoting system, and you're not going to get on our platform if you know, if we're skeptical of you, basically, and you get literally, you know, we're just like, I'm not going to name any names, but we don't list anyone to be voted upon, and it kind of ties into our tokenomics, which I'll really quickly squeeze in soon. So okay, now, okay, so shill to air. We've got many forms on our website that are coming, and they're all of different. Some of them are not that important, like contact us. I mean, not that important, but some of them are massively important. So shill to earn. Shill to earn is an idea we actually stole off another token, but it's a great idea. So we all hear about all these shillers. Can I shill for you? Can I shill for you? We get bombarded with messages all day. Yes, however, you don't need to contact us. You'll go onto the site. If you're a YouTuber, you'll go to the YouTube section. There's a criteria, how many views, you know, all this sort of thing. We're going to check. We're going to make sure that you're not botting your views. Anyway, shill to earn. I think we kind of all know what that means. So you will go on the website and add the earn token without, you know, going in these sort of risky, am I going to get anything? Not that I've ever done any shilling, but I know it's kind of big, and it's not like we're just going to give away masses of tokens. Now, moving on to our next form, which is kind of crazy, Geo Rewards. Now, Geo Rewards is basically, so let's say you're stood on the tip of Kilimanjaro, you know, a crazy place. I don't know, Park Lane in London might be one of them. I'm not saying it is, but we'll have in certain areas around the globe, if you are there and you can prove you're there using our web form, which, by the way, checks where you are to a certain extent, and you know, we'll make sure you are there. You'll get different amount of rewards. So if you're in a really bizarre place, you may get a nice $100 worth of DApp, which is great. So and globally, we're going to release the list of places on our website. It'll change. People will grab them. It makes people literally run around, and it's a bit of fun. So moving on from that kind of stuff, like we've within our sort of website, it's so big and there's so many pages. We're going to have a cross-chain swap, which basically, if you see a notification on Alt Notify saying, "Oh, X token's been listed to, you know, MEX or BitCub or whatever the exchange is," where you're thinking, "Oh, that's great, but how do I get the token without having to run around and sign up to some weird exchange?" Well, hopefully, you know, within time, you're going to be able to grab that token from us, and you've got it before it's listed on the exchange. Not to say that's a brilliant idea. If you look into what happens when a token gets listed, it can be great, it can be bad, and we're not here to tell you whether to do that. We're just here to give you that data, which is, you know, you otherwise have to spend a lot of time looking for on different exchanges. So now moving real quickly on to other tokens, and you know, I'm not going to name any, but say if you're another project, and we're going to offer various things to them. So we've got a trending section, obviously, which ties into our upvoting system. And we've got a Web3 login, which checks your DApp amount and this kind of stuff. So let's say you wanted to use one of our bots. Okay, you have to hold so much DApp, or you have to buy so much DApp. Let's say you want to be a trending token, or you want to be a featured token on our upvoting. You have to earn so much DApp. It's not about, it's very complex in a way, but it's not once you get your head around it. So it's like, you know, helping other projects out, but not ones that are gonna just essentially, you know, do bad things. Okay, so moving on to our tokenomics, because our tokenomics are just a bit crazy, but they're brilliant, and once you understand it, it is great. So with our token, we can, me as the token developer, I can add different contracts, which you as the holder can then select as a reward. So it's not just like, oh, you get BNB is default, but it's not just like you buy you get cake or something, you can, reward. And that is coming into now. Let's say you came to us and said, look, we want bot building, or we want to use one of your bots, or we're launching a project, we want to use your pre bot. Yes. That's where we might say to you, well, actually, you look like a great project, so we'll add you to our rewards list as well. So on. It kind of really intertwines there. If you get your head around that, and the fact that we can notify 28,000 potential people, like when I say notify, I literally mean sort of on your, when somebody calls you on, say, Facebook Messenger, it pops up on your phone. Well, it's called, train notifications, basically. So potentially you're letting a lot of people very quickly know about a token. So we can do that for people. And that's why. So our tax is 10% buy, 20% sell. We have no max wallet. Now, people say, oh, well, that's crazy. You don't have a max wallet. Well, yes, okay. But we have a 1% sell tax, which means even if there's several tokens that you have big holders, they just change wallet. So really, setting a max sell, should I say, we don't have a max buy. You can buy as many as you want, but max sell of 1% is essentially not far off saying a max wallet of 1%. If you think about it, because they're going to get taxed every time they sell. Now, and it's worked out great, and a lot of people don't like it, but I love it, and I love the way we can change rewards. Me as a developer, I just love it. We've got staking options on there, which are absolutely awesome. It won't go into all staking and the stuff we're going to do because it's a bit early, but we are going to do staking, and I've spoke about some of the rewards. Now, and some of the tax kind of goes to the treasury bot, which was one of our investors who mentioned this, which is what we're all about. We're coders. We're not just some fly-by-night coders. We don't outsource to like people who can't code. I've coded since I was 16 years old. I'm a certified Magento developer. So, the people in my team are actual coders. One of them doesn't even trade crypto, believe it or not. So it's not. We've got a mixture of people, but we're actual coders. If that means something. So like basically, the taxonomy fits in line with our token upvoting rewards and teaming up with other good projects, but also not sort of taking the normal stance of, oh, we don't want to talk to them because they're another token. No, well, if they're good at, like, I won't mention other tokens, but there's several other brilliant projects out there who are all fighting to do great things and they're great coders. So why do you want to, move away from them? So anyway, I should move on because I'll just keep talking. So external revenue, we get we get a good amount of it from Google Play, from people who sign up to our Pro Store, Pro version of the app, which has been out, as I said, 2 years. We're hoping to get a lot more external revenue from our bots, which people may want to use. Certain channels such as yourself who have helped out, we will quite happily let you use some of our bots for free if you found them useful. Might say to us, hey, could you make us this bot? No problem. We're pretty rapid. I mean, so I'm going to quickly go about talk over to about the team, me, and security, but really rapidly. Just security being important to you guys. I personally, I'm a front-end web developer. I started out, COVID hit, I moved into blockchain, app development. My app was always going on when I had spare time anyway, and then I just went full-time. I'm full-time on this project. We are a UK LTD. We can be seen on the government UK website. We have a good tax standing, which falls in line with when the authorities, if the authorities come into the space, which we all talk about, We don't want to run away. We want to say, hello, we're okay. We fill in our taxes and so on, right? So that's something I'm hoping. Well, I don't hope that regulation comes in, but we want to be at the front of it. Yeah, and we're a kind of close knit group of coders. One of our coders is from China. He doesn't really even trade. He certainly doesn't go on Telegram and send gifts and stuff. Like, if you know what I mean, we of us talk on Skype. If he has a problem, I might help him. And so we're a small group of coders. We've known each other for a long time, which is great because we don't really pay for our own development to an extent. And if we do, it's very cheap and it's reviewed by me. So I know if somebody's, written some bad code. Obviously, I don't know everything, but I know a good enough amount. Yeah, I mean, what like makes us different, I believe. I mean, I'm going to summarize now. I mean, moving on from that, obviously you might have got a question. Like, what I believe makes us a bit sort of like different is the fact that we can code. I mean, that's what all I've done since I was the age of 16. I started out as a very bad coder. I'm just gonna show my very ugly face so you can. I know that's important to a lot of you. But yeah, what makes it different, basically, I believe, is we can code. We're not just like outsourcing it. If it breaks, we can fix it. We've ran an app successfully for 2 years already that has broke and things have gone wrong, and we've addressed it. So that's what makes us different. I think another thing that makes us different is the fact that we're going to go through Telegram. You're going to start seeing our bots everywhere, and they're always generally linked to our site. That's going to kind of like you're going to see us, whether it be a body by bot similarity, or we will just keep making bots and utility because we're coders. So that's what's going to make us different. And I believe once people start to understand our taxonomy, which, at first glance is kind of crazy, it's really good. And we all talk about rewards and rewards stop when the volume stops. Oh, yeah, they do. But when you've got 10% sell tax going purely to rewards, like a whole 10% of, that's a lot. That is really a lot. And people have said, I've so much B&B from just holding. So, yeah, obviously, and the sort of need to keep DApp. DApp is not something you just buy, make a ×3 and leave. You kind of buy it because you may need it for several reasons. So you may need it, whether we check it via the Web3, whether you use it to get pro version for our app, or multiple things I've spoke of. And when we do build a swap, the aim is to give you that per swap a small amount, and so on. So I think I've gone well over my 10 minutes there, so I'm going to stop. But I could probably talk a lot longer.
Yeah, Ryan, that's great. Yeah, it was interesting. So, I don't know.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Some extra time to talk about an interesting project, with the bots. I can see, yeah, you're a sort of coding team and you're all mates and building that into, crypto, and then you're going to offer them services to other projects. Have you actually worked with any other projects as well? And how long have you sort of been building it before the token, and when can the investors get involved with the token?
Well, the investors can buy the token now. We finished our fair launch, the 2 days ago, which started at it fell to 22 BNB, I believe. Now, in terms of our app, I mean, for me, I don't know if you know much about when is a token listed on an exchange, or you've ever been interested in that. or you've ever waited up all night for a token to be listed. Well, now I used to do that, and it's called, and a lot of our users do. Now, yeah, so I made the tool for me, actually. I started developing it not for anyone else, for me. And then it turned into a bigger piece, and we reskinned it, redid it. It had problems. So, the answer to that question is 2 years, but it started out as kind of a personal project for me that I did. And when I say did, it was like blood, sweat, and tears. Pretty much all of my time was spent on it, and it was really hard work because it's a native Android app. It's not a pre-made app or anything. By the way, be careful of them, all of you, if you're looking at, projects. It's not pre-made. It's native. It was built by us from the ground up. And once we get the iOS and so on, use the app. Please use it and tell me what you think to it. Leave a review. So that's how long it really, and other people who mentioned us have said, utility. This is utility before token, which really it is, because for me, this is my full-time job. This is like, I don't have another job but this. Okay, so like, all I'm going to be working on is this, and like, without sounding like arrogant or somewhat, wrong. I don't sit there looking at our chart, and I've got a job to do. Like, I've got to say, for example, my priority now is to just get our basics website done and talk to my other developer about this. If I can put it like that, I can't sit there looking at a chart and getting scared whether somebody sells or buys. It's just this market, it, Glenn, right? So yeah. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, I mean, you come across really genuine and committed and passionate about crypto and building bots and get excited, and that's great for our community investors to hear. It's been super to have you here today, Ryan. I'll finish the recording way over, but I was enjoying listening to you there.
Well, Glenn, just quickly, Glenn, I'm going to give 5 people, 5 of your users at random, or if you want to pick them, we'll sort it out. Free pro version for a month. I'll give you a Google voucher. But carry on. Sorry.
Oh, great. Yeah. If we say, we've got socials in the main chat. So the first 5 people that come in and say they've come from Wellcoin Talk, you can give them the premium version of that. And if anyone wants to check out Ryan's project, it's in our main chat there. And I'll certainly be popping in. I'll come into the VC and have a chat with you later on. And because it sounds really interesting, and you're a great guy trying to build something in the space. And what sort of market cap are you at now, by the way?
You see, I'm not a chart watcher. I believe we're at 25.
You don't know.
I think we're at 25, around 22 to 25, and we it's been nice. It's not been one of those like turbulent moons and then dumps. It's been really nice, if I'm honest with you. If you know what I mean. It's just a nice sort of, but we are undervalued for sure. I mean, but I am not a financial advisor. I don't, so yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to get your name out there and coming here today. Yeah. I know Acti uses a bit of coding as well, so you might want to have a chat with you sometime. But
I do remember speaking to Acti before. I've spoken to him in the past. He's a really great guy. Yeah.
So as we say, talk, it's for research and educational purposes. It's not financial advice, but you've got the tools in the chat there. Check out the website, the white paper, and maybe pop in and have a chat with Ryan and the team. And if you want to know more, if you've got any questions after the AMA, and it's been really, really nice speaking to you, Ryan. I'm looking forward to the future.
You too.
And I'll pop in sometime and we can have a chat about the project, go into more details.
It's very late on here, but I'd love to have a chat with you. Pop in. We're always on voice chat. Sometimes we're just having a bit of a laugh, but yeah, always welcome. Pop in all of you here. Pop in anytime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll set something up sometime. No problem. I'll pop in whenever you're around. But I'll finish the recording and send over a copy for you to share. And I'll send it in chat for anyone who couldn't join the call tonight. And thank you very much for coming today, Ryan.
Thanks a lot.
Take care.
Yes.
Thanks.